Should I ask you the golden question?
What's the golden question?
Oh, nothing. You keep mentioning Diddy. I wanted to ask you about I just saw the
Oh,
whole thing with Bad Boy. He gave the rights back to a lot of Bad Boy artists. Any comments?
um, yeah, I'll talk about this.
Floor is yours. All right, folks, got a new episode of OnlyStans with the legend in the game, Aubrey O'Day.
Thank you.
I got two things I want to start first. Congrats
Yes.
on being an OnlyFans.
Thank
Great.
you.
Congrats on joining the world. It's a fun world to be in. And two more things. So, first off, you know what my first ever concert was?
What?
Danity Kane, Christina Aguilera, Pussycat Dolls.
I love that.
I was like 12 years old.
That's your first concert?
First concert.
God, were you toying around with being gay maybe or what?
When you mentioned TRL before we started, I think I was just such a TRL whore.
You are very, you're very
when
into standing the things
when
you love.
Showstopper was popping, when
Damage.
what's the Pussycat Dolls song?
Loosen up my buttons.
Aguilera just had that circus album coming out. That was
it was an epic tour.
It was sick.
It would have been
Nassau
even more
Coliseum.
epic if I actually made money on it.
Sorry about that, but still, great first concert.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
I did it for free, so I'm very happy that you.
Glad you had fun. And secondly, when I was in like 6th grade, when I first found out I could use PowerPoints, I remember like a little horny like 6th grade version of me and my friends made like a top 10 like hottest celebrity things. You were on a top 10.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
You were on there. Carmen Electra was on there.
She's a friend of
Keely
mine.
Hazel was on there.
I don't know her.
Jessica Simpson was on there.
Love Jessica.
So yeah, happy to have you.
Thank you.
This is a big moment.
I'm in kind of like a weird range of girls for OnlyFans. There's like the newer Instagram influencer girls, and then there's the Carmen Denises and like the more like epic legendary girls that were before internet type thing, and I'm like right in the middle.
You're in the Mount Rushmore.
I don't know many of me like my zone of celebrity that are on OnlyFans.
No, yeah. When I think of the girls you're mentioning, I think of the three you just said.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those three. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Like, wasn't
There isn't. I've looked.
Who was that huge UFC girl back in the day? What was her name? She was like a UFC ring girl. She was very famous too. I think
was
she
it
does
like the
OnlyFans
twins
now.
that had that TV show?
I don't know. Either way, Carmen Electra, Denise Richards, Aubrey O'Day. Those are my top.
Well,
three.
they're 10 years older than me, but yeah.
You said it first.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I was like still before. I was like right when I was on. They only had MySpace when I was famous.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like
Diddy had us go to our MySpaces and tell everyone to buy the album.
Wow. Were you friends with Tom?
I was. We did MySpace parties. I actually was friends with Tom.
Oh, you actually were friends with Tom?
Yeah.
I was just saying like everybody was friends with Tom.
No.
Wasn't that the
Danity
one thing on
Kane did a
MySpace?
deal with
Everybody was friends with
MySpace,
Tom.
and we did all of our after parties were with
So
MySpace.
You met Tom?
Yeah.
How was he?
I don't remember. I think he fucked somebody I was with that night.
Tom's a dog?
I don't know if he's a dog.
Whoa.
Does fucking make you a dog?
I mean, I'm assuming you guys had some beautiful women at the party, and Tom was there. I mean, that's good for Tom, man. You never hear people talking about MySpace Tom nowadays.
No, but you know what? If you go to his Instagram, I like did some recon on him at one point when I had a thought of him, because I think Justin Timberlake bought the company or bought a part in it recently, trying to maybe give it life again. And I went and looked at his Instagram, and he is like fully living, and he's got like the most beautiful photography from all over the world. He's doing the coolest shit. Like he's on the vibes I was on in Bali. Like
good for him.
He's living.
People think about Elon Musk always saying, why is this guy all up in our shit? Why is he doing this? If you're the richest guy in the world, why are you doing this?
Because really rich men have nothing to do but chase after validation.
Exactly.
It's actually more addicting than money, babe. Yeah. Money is the lowest level of the highest level thinkers. It's the least thing that those people want. Power, access, validation, having platforms to be able to say what they want to say, be who they want to be, being able to control people's minds. They love that shit.
Yeah, I'm jealous of MySpace Tom. If I was a rich guy.
Really? You're so much doper than MySpace Tom.
If I was a rich guy, I would love to just throw my phone in the ocean and just say bye.
He has, basically.
Bye, everybody.
He doesn't even post him. He just posts views of the most incredible places in the world that he's at.
Yeah, dude. Imagine you're at a bar in Key West and you just see MySpace Tom.
Crazy. No, he's not in Key West, boo. He's in like fucking Indonesia and like.
I guess that's cooler than Key West. I don't know. I was just
way
thinking,
cooler.
Jimmy Buffett just passed away. I was thinking of stuff.
I know.
Key West on the top of my mind. Were you a parrot head?
Huh?
Were you a parrot head?
I also, did you see the Smash Mouth guy died as well?
Yes,
that song was so epic.
Hey, now you're an all-star.
And I read this.
Shout out Shrek.
Oh, was he?
Wasn't that was the big
The
Shrek
song was in
though.
Shrek.
All
He
Star.
didn't play Shrek.
All Star was in Shrek. I don't know. I knew All Star just because.
Mouth, I think of Shrek.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's Smash Mouth. But I read an interview, I think for Billboard, and he said if he would have given that song to any other rock band at that time, no one would have been able to sing it like him, perform it like him, and make that song what it was. And I went back and listened to it, and it's so true. His tone on that song, and because it's a silly song in a way, but the lyrics are very potent. It's saying like you're never gonna be anything, and you're never gonna go anywhere unless you try in life. You gotta fail. You gotta try again. You got like the lyrics are actually very motivational, but he sings it very like rock and rough and edgy. But it's like a kind of almost a pop rock song in a way, and he killed it. And Smash Mouth wasn't necessarily a pop rock group. They had some harder songs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Aubrey. I'm not gonna go toe to toe with you in music knowledge.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
No way I could dabble on some fucking Smash Mouth knowledge to you right now. Want to go maybe Billy Joel or something? I could do that, but
yeah, I don't know a
Mouth,
ton
so
of Billy
much.
Joel, so you could probably kill me
like
there.
Nickelback, Billy Joel, and like Hootie and the Blowfish. That's as far as I go.
Oh, Hootie and the Blowfish.
So good.
Yeah, so good.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Aren't they the best?
You know a lot of older like artists, considering how young you are.
Yeah, I'm an old soul. I think.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm an old man.
You're not an old man. You're a young man. Look at you in your shirt.
I got to survive the 27 Club. That's been on my list for a while.
Oh, you'll survive it.
I hope so. That would suck though.
What would you do that you wouldn't survive it?
I don't know. Maybe I could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Oh, you're not gonna get hit by a
Today.
fucking bus.
It could happen.
No.
You didn't fear that when you were 27?
No, I didn't. I'm like hoping I die sooner than later. This world's getting so depressing at this point. Shit.
Damn, sips drink. Okay, well, hey. On a lighter note, Miss O'Day, I'm gonna start talking about OnlyFans if that's cool.
Let's do it. Finally, let's talk about some fun shit.
That oddly started on a darker note than I expected. You are on OnlyFans during the Big OF. When did you join the game?
I think like very end of last year. I was just toying with it, like not really understanding it at first. But yeah, I think I like opened it around December maybe.
So that was probably like 9 months ago.
You know.
And how you liking it? Good stuff so far?
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get it. In the very beginning, I was like, because when I came home, I called Carmen and asked everyone, like, why does everyone from CAA, William Morris, and UTA now work with OnlyFans companies?
Do they really?
They're teaming up. They're doing 360 deals. They tell girls, hey, come over here. We're going to be your agent, your manager. We're going to send you to production houses, and it's going to be worth our time because back when we worked at UTA, we're getting commission versus I'm going to be making money off you every month and then it will give me incentive to want to send you to Paramount. I'm like, are they really trying to go there with OnlyFans? You know damn well that's some bullshit. And any girl out there that's looking to do OnlyFans, please do not buy any of those stories if a company approaches you in that way. They are not getting you in a movie in Paramount. But I like saw all these weird changes. Music's horrible. It's under. There's no way to make music in that area right now unless you're very, very high up there. And all the endorsement deals, brand deals, things like that, they've all realized you don't have to pay girls tons of money anymore. There's a whole bunch of girls that will just post for a free box of clothes. So the game just started changing, and I talked to Carmen, and she's like, you've done covers of Playboy, like your boobs are on the internet. There's this site called OnlyFans. You can connect with your fans. You can post your hot photos. You're giving them away for free on Instagram.
True story. That's a lot to a lot of girls I know that.
Yeah.
A lot of girls hit me up. Like, I know a few Instagram girls and always be like, oh, should I do it? I'm like, dude, what are you posting right now? You could probably just make money on.
Yeah.
On OnlyFans.
You actually can. I'm getting into the good stuff though. I'm now getting into the I'm having fun.
That's my next question, obviously, is Aubrey O'Day, what are you posting on there?
So in the very beginning, I was doing like my Aubrey thing, like very creative, elaborate. Like I was wanting to be like, because I thought to myself, I asked a lot of girls. They were like, I just post in lingerie. They rent us out houses. We take photo shoots. We take lingerie in your house or in photo shoots at fake houses is basically what it's giving from
That's the gist of it.
That's the gist. And the girlfriend experience, which is silly because it's something that's being sold, which means it's not authentic. So to me, it took me a while to wrap my head around how I would approach that in a real way because I have no ability to be full of shit. I just never have, and it's gotten me in plenty of trouble in life, but it's just who I am. So in the beginning, I was like, I want to be voyeuristic and like show what it's like to fuck me as a goth girl. I have a series where I'm an alien in space getting fucked by demons, and I have 3 tits.
So now
So some of it is like very fantasy and like wild, because I'm like, I love to give a man the best sex of his life. I think every guy I've fucked has said that to me, and head even more so. So for me, I'm like, I really don't want to come here half-ass and just post in some. How many times can you look at the same girl in a different pair of lingerie and get excited? And especially with so many options. So I really went there with my own formula and my own ideas. And I realized this is still a site that is run a certain way. Like, I have my own ideas about what I want to post on TikTok, but unless you do a dumb trend, it's pointless. You're not getting anywhere. The algorithms aren't picking you up. It's a useless place for you to be if you're not going to follow the formula. So as I started to understand the formula, I tried to really, like, over the past couple months, figure out, how do I show people me, real me in my home? Because my home, who I am behind closed doors, I've learned to keep very sacred, because since I was 17, I was like full blown out there in front of the world, showing them everything. And it's been that way all the way up to 37 years old, when I moved to Bali and did a bunch of psychedelics and alternative healing, and lost my ego, lost my desire to want to be Aubrey O'Day, whatever that means. And then when I came back, I'm like, only about doing things that speak to me and nothing else. OnlyFans is incredible because I don't have a boss. I don't have anyone telling me what the fuck to do. I don't have to play to a trend. I don't have to try to beat out anybody. I'm in my own lane. I'm doing my own thing. And if you want to come see what I look like in all capacities, I mean, I dropped like twerking and taking a shower on Labor Day, just like real simple, easy shit that, like, you know, people want to see.
Just playing the hits.
Playing the hits.
Playing the hits on Labor Day. Everybody loves a twerking video. Who doesn't love a twerking video?
Twerking's fun. And people don't see me, and you know, you can see me on stage and imagine what it looks like with its clothes off.
Yeah.
But
that's what I've said.
Did you not see that, by the way?
I did not.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. You can fucking cut the tape or whatever, but I just need you to understand that I came to play.
Okay, so I'm going to prove that Aubrey O'Day came to play in the OnlyFans world. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty hardcore, dude.
Yeah. So, I don't even know if this is going to load up. You know what? Wait, I have it in my
I feel like a drug dealer's proving to me that they got clean coke right now.
You're so dumb. But you always ask girls, and I feel like, you know how girls, like, some, you know, you're not going to say, oh, my shit is like a little, I'm not really doing X, Y, and Z. Like, you're going to hype it up. And I know you're always like, let me read headlines and see if you're really doing whatever you're doing. So
that's nudity. Those are some nipples. Those are two nipples. Those are two all-American nipples.
I mean, are they incredible tits? And
they are
real?
Great tits. Are they real?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Those are great tits, Aubrey.
Thanks. Okay, so
we have some bending over action going on here. That's always good. That plays to the crowd. I feel like I'm doing a play-by-play. This is my first play-by-play of an OnlyFans video, but yeah. Aubrey, you look great.
Thank you.
You look amazing. Boys, we're looking at twerking from the bottom in the shower right now.
And by the way, I'm not actually even, like, I have music to all my shit.
The audio's good too.
It's gotta be a full experience. Like,
yeah.
I have a playlist that's just for, like, if I'm giving quick head. I have a playlist if I really fuck with the guy and I'm gonna give you the experience. I have a playlist for you're gonna be my husband and get the long version. I have the same thing for sex. Everything's got to be curated to perfection. My lighting in my home is set to different channels depending
Miss O'Day,
on what
we got to
it
back
is.
up here. I have a lot of questions off.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. 5-10 minutes. I'm trying to remember all of them.
I just want you to see that I'm not fucking
it's legit,
around.
and we will make that into a clip because that's as legit as it comes. I'm assuming for the girls that were popping off before OnlyFans that have joined OnlyFans now, that's about as extensive as I've seen somebody go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I'm a real bona fide celebrity that started out as a platinum selling singer. I'm not an Instagram
first concert
influencer. Y'all don't need to fucking influence anything from me, and I ain't trying to tell you. You don't need to know about my ice cubes or my fucking bedding.
All right, O'Day. What's quick head?
Quick head?
You just said three different types of head. There's 3 different types of head. I want to hear about the 3 different types of head.
I'm talking like a 15-minute.
15 minutes quick head.
Yeah.
So then what's the long head for the long playlist?
Oh, I could go for like 2 hours.
2 hours? That's like the length of like the good fellas.
I mean, you got to get them there and then slow it down. I mean, that's why I coordinate my music appropriately. I'll go in really hard till they're about to go, and then I pull the musical hit in right when it happens. I also got to like be with you for a second to understand how your dick works, and then we could go from there.
Yeah, you could be like watching teenage Henry Hill. The next thing you know, Henry Hill's going to jail and ratting on everybody, and you're still blowing the same guy, which is a crazy thing.
Yeah.
And then you said there's also husband head. So there's quick head, long head, husband head.
Husband
then
head
what's
is
the difference between husband head and long head?
Okay, so husband head is full-blown performance. So I put a lot of black eyeliner on. It's no waterproof. It's got to be dripping down the face. Theatrics. The dick is getting slapped all over my face, eyeballs. It's in every hole and body part, and it's a performance. It's crawling up to it. It's consuming me.
And how many guys would you say have gotten to experience that type of head from Aubrey O'Day?
Husband head?
Yeah.
Oh God, my 3 soulmates.
3 soulmates? Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Only 3. Okay. What else? What other questions did I have to answer?
But like the lesser versions are still like epic. They're epic to anyone that's had them.
The quick 15 minutes.
The 15 minutes is still epic.
Hey, do you have anyone off the top of your not exactly who it is, but just off the top of your head, do you ever what was the quickest you ever made a guy come from blowjob? Was there ever one you were like, I could feel kind of bad?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Over under 35 seconds.
I've made a guy come in 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Damn. Yeah.
Superstar. Yeah, we were talking before this. You were saying that some of the younger folks out there are saying that blowjobs aren't that important nowadays.
Yeah.
In 2023.
Yeah. When I was on Sophia with an F, she told me guys prefer her pussy than blowjobs, and she hates giving them. And I was like, baby girl, you're on the wrong path. But she said she's like, I don't know, she didn't feel that way. But I was like, with having, and I literally, the guy who was controlling the cameras, I was like, can you chime in here so she can learn? Yeah. And he was like, yeah, blowjob for sure. She was like, no, guy, they'll want to come home to fuck me. And I'm like, a pussy's a pussy's a pussy. Lupe Fiasco once told me that. He's like, I'm this huge rapper. He's like, I have girls all the time that are like, I got that magic unicorn pussy. I got the this, I got the that. And he's like, when I first started, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many varieties. And then I just realized there's just so many conversations. But the actual reality of it is a pussy's a pussy's a pussy's a pussy for the most part. And where one girl has a big ass and no titties, another girl will have some big titties and no ass. Or a girl will have titties and ass, or a girl will have no titties and ass. It all evens out at the end of the day for a guy's experience sexually. I think there are things that can be done that can put it over the top and make it a more desirable experience, for sure.
Where O'Day comes in.
Which is where I come in. I definitely don't have any type of regular sex, anything. And also, it's about the build-up to it as well. Women don't understand the art of seducing a man.
Ooh, you have any tips for the ladies out there on seduction?
Yeah,
I pictured you at like a swanky hotel bar.
Oh, it starts before. It'll start I start out the gate first message. I want your dick wet.
That's the first message you'll send to a guy on the DMs?
I won't say I want your dick wet, but I'll say something that it makes him know you're not playing with the average bear.
Mm-hmm. So is this guy making contact first, maybe liking a photo of yours?
I don't talk to anyone in my DMs. There's just too many basketball players and rappers. I can't do it.
So it's in person. You're an in-person type of gal.
Well, I'm not really nowadays since I've been back, because the only way you really meet people in LA is through dating sites. And the dating sites are weirder than the requests I get on OnlyFans.
Ooh, you got any on the top of your head?
Yeah, this guy on Hinge I was talking to when I was in Bali. Pretty big guy, married to a famous girl. And he owns, he's a multimillionaire, very smart, very intellectual, which I love. I'm a sapiosexual, so if you're really smart, you can get me going any day of the week. And we were saying the I love yous and all this shit. And I was on my flight home from Bali. I watched this podcast where this guy was saying, when you first meet someone, ask them anything you want to know and make them feel totally comfortable with their answers, and really get into more deep questions, and don't give them any judgment when they tell you what they're about, because they'll feel more comfortable just being completely transparent. And then once you have the truth of whatever it is, don't fucking cry later because you knew what you were getting into. And so I asked him, I was supposed to see him the next night, and I was like, we're obviously gonna fuck. We're obviously like saying we love each other. We're gonna make love, whatever. Guys usually say to me, you're the thing I hear all the time, and I don't know if every girl hears it, but they said, you're the one girl that I can fuck and make love to at the same time.
That's
And
a
I
nice
don't know what
compliment.
that means, but
I kind of
I
get it.
hear it all the time.
Who guys said that to you multiple times?
All of them do. But anyway, so I said to him, like, what would be your fantasy? Like, if you could have it any, I know the sex was an issue in your marriage. So what if we're going to go there sexually? Just give it to me. And we were having phone sex. We were having Skype sex. Like, we were getting into it. I was not seeing anything weird. So he goes to me, I'll be right back. Little did I know this motherfucker was the Forrest Gump meme running his ass across the street to Petco. He calls me and he goes, you're going to walk into my house. I want you to have a jacket on. When you take it off, I want you to have like briefs on, but pull them up real high so you have a really chunky camel toe. I don't have a big pussy, so I don't give big chunky camel toe to some. I can see why it's hot. Sometimes I like a chunky camel toe, but I'm not really giving a ton of chunk down there. But he wants a chunky camel toe. And then he's like, I'm going to assess your body. I'm going to walk around you. And he's like, and by the way, before you come, I want to make sure that you have eaten well. I want you to go to In-N-Out and I want you to get animal style fries, double cheeseburger. I want you to go to Chick-fil-A, extra Polynesian sauce. And I'm sitting here like, wow, he really wants me to be fed. Okay. And then he goes, because when you come, you're going to get down on your knees. I'm going to put my dick in your mouth and I'm going to fuck your mouth so hard until you vomit, and you're going to vomit all over my dick. And I've bought you these 3 kiddie bowls. Then sends me a picture of 3 pink kiddie bowls on the fucking ground. And he said he's going to fuck my face so hard that I vomit on his dick into the kiddie bowl until each 3 are filled. And then he's going to leash me up and I'm going to crawl to each bowl while he fucks me in the ass and I lap up my vomit. And I was like, block. And you're lucky I don't tell everybody your name because your wife has a big show on Netflix. And y'all weren't necessarily fully parted now that I've heard all the information. So you're lucky I don't call your ass out, whatever camera's looking at me. Weirdo shit. Wife doesn't know. She's traumatized. Now she's saying she's a lesbian. Maybe they were in an open marriage. Like, I could tell she's going through it. And I've ran into her and in the store. And I wanted to run over to her and be like, baby, don't put yourself through it. Your man was garbage. But I just can't because old me would have done it. But new me's trying to stay out of people's business.
Hey, at least it was Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out. Those are 2 good ones.
Well,
those are 2 good
on
options.
OnlyFans, I was asked, could I finger myself while eating Wendy's? And I was like, Wendy's? Like, you might as well ask me to fucking get Arby's. Yeah. I was asked to slap bologna on my tits and my ass, but it had to be Oscar Mayer. Mind you, I live in LA. I shop at fucking Whole Foods and Trader Joe's.
Shop at Erewhon.
Yeah, exactly. They're not having Oscar Mayer. I had to drive down to like 5 different Vons in the Valley to find Oscar Mayer bologna.
Do you know how much you got paid for that specific S-bologna thing? The S-bologna action?
Well, there's caps, on OnlyFans since Bella Thorne did whatever she did. So there's caps to things like that, and I follow all of the rules, but I get paid the most I've ever been paid. I've had people try to take it off the site with big sums of money. Like, I got offered $100K to show up to a parking lot and point at the guy and laugh at him for 5 minutes.
Did you do it?
No.
Aubrey O'Day coming with the
But let me tell you something, dream jobs do exist.
Yeah, let me tell you, dude. Aubrey O'Day, those are 2 fucking interesting ones.
This one guy I was dating, again, these Hinge guys are so weird. I can't do Hinge anymore because of how many experiences I've had. But in the beginning, they all seemed so normal and interesting. I was talking about philosophy with this man in Bali for 6 months. So this other guy, we were talking for like 5-6 months, having regular sex. Everything was good. And then one day I took him out, got him shit faced. We went out to like some event. We got super drunk. First time we'd gotten super drunk together. We went home. We were doing it doggy style. And he says to me, and this man was what you looked like before you got this nice Labor Day summer glow. Iridescent white. Okay?
Appreciate that. Okay.
He said to me, "Tell me you like this big black fucking cock in your butt." And I was like, maybe I just heard wrong. And I was like, "What, babe?" And he was like, "Tell me you like this big black dick." He was iridescent white.
That's a weird one.
That is
That's a new one.
fucking, I laughed myself out of the sex.
That's that's
so
odd.
fucking, it was so fucking weird. I'll tell you, the all social sites except for Twitter, I can post anything on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter's the Wild West.
I love it. I don't give a fuck about the Elon Musk thing or any of it. At the end of the day, if I can go over there and be as close to me as possible, that's what a social site should be. If I have to see everything else under the sun on Instagram, I don't know why sex is the one thing that can't be shown. And also, I don't show sex. I'm just in a bathing suit and it's considered sexual solicitation.
I agree.
It's offensive. I literally write every time. I have 2 parents that are lawyers. I write every single time tons of legal jargon, and I'm like, "Are you saying that my body being curvy or thicker is you suggesting that I'm sexually soliciting people? Please give me an answer because I'd love to take you to court." I don't even know that we can because we sign away all of our rights in the little terms and conditions.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. Last week I made a green screen video on TikTok. It was a tweet of a girl saying...
Why don't we make a site where we can just be us? Like, why doesn't the whole community just rebel?
I think that's OnlyFans.
Yeah, I think it is OnlyFans.
But OnlyFans isn't like a place where we can go post our opinions and we could go look at each other's opinions. It's just it's a
hoardy place.
It's a product and sell place. I'm talking about, like, can we create an open social site that people can post anything on? Everybody's so fucking sensitive anymore. We can't do anything without getting canceled.
Sounds like Reddit, but Reddit gets a little dark.
Or Truth Social.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both of those are only weird. Like, not the cool crowds are going over there.
Anyway, let's do some OnlyFans quotes that you put on your OnlyFans.
Okay.
So you recently put on your OnlyFans, I want sex on the beach. You ever do some sex on the beach?
Always.
Always?
Yeah.
Is that your optimal sex location?
No, because it gets really sandy. Sometimes you get a yeast infection from that shit. But I like it. It's fun. It's voyeuristic. I really love having sex out of the home.
Okay. What's your most exotic out of the home place?
I would say, God, I have so many. I would say, I've had sex on the Wall of China. I've had sex at the Taj Mahal. I've had sex in Coach with Polly in Coach.
In Coach?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like it's very possible. If you want to give me the logistics of that, I'd love to hear about it.
So you lift up the arm. You give that.
I got a long flight tonight. I'm interested in
Then
this.
there's he's here. I'm here.
So he's aisle seat, your middle
blankets
seat.
over us, and I was about this close to the man sitting next to me watching me not try to have an orgasm face.
I may be woke on this, O'Day. In Coach?
Well, here's the thing. We've had sex on flights to London. If you're in first class, Virgin first class, amazing. You can fuck all day in those places. Emirates, all that, great. But and we were just horny. I don't know, and we just wanted to fuck.
Something came over you.
Yeah. But yeah, it was super weird. The guy was looking dead in my eyes the whole time, like, "I see you, you sinner." It was very weird.
That sounds like you could get a little awkward.
And I'm loud too, so I was like trying so hard.
What happens over the Atlantic stays in the Atlantic, dude. I don't know.
It was fun. And we were only in Coach because he did me a favor by coming back to Coach and giving his assistant his first class seat because I didn't have one.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Fancy. It's like Wedding Singer all over again, you know?
Yeah.
But Aubrey O'Day's Mount Rushmore places to have sex. Go.
Like best places to have sex?
Top 4.
I mean, plane, for sure, in the plane. Gotta fuck in a plane. I had sex with Polly coming home on the freeway, like on the freeway fucking him.
Sounds dangerous, but okay, cool. That's the second one.
It was so hot.
Sounds very dangerous.
Disneyland in Mickey Mouse's house, bent over Pluto's bowl, doggy style.
Whoa. Damn, dude.
I did get kicked out and was asked not to come back for a certain
that's
period
fair
of time,
from-
but I
from
think
Walt, from Walt and Co.
I think that it's good now.
You tweeted, "This Barbie is the best kisser in LA." Do you stand by that? Who do you think is maybe the best kisser you've come across in your life?
God,
Hype somebody up.
kisser.
Make somebody's day.
I think when I was younger, I used to just like tongue kiss my boyfriends for hours. I love tongue kissing.
Make somebody's day. Who's the best kiss you've ever had?
I mean, I think the best kissing you can do is with someone that's your soulmate or that you love. Okay. So Dawn.
Oh, great. Good for him. That's a win.
Yeah.
That's a big win.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I do have one beef with you, by the way. One question
beef?
I wanted to ask you before when you were talking about what you post.
Yeah.
You said that you have aliens fighting demons in a series. Historically, demons would live in hell and aliens would live in space. That doesn't sound like historically accurate.
So it's like this.
Ooh, okay.
It's weird.
Which one are you? You're on the left?
Well, yeah, I'm not the fucking alien.
You're not the blue alien?
Or like, it'll be weird stuff like this.
Oh, yeah, that's...
It's just different.
Aubrey O'Day, you're giving me a Comic-Con vibe. You're giving me a Comic-Con vibe.
It's just unique.
That's spread eagle tits out. That's fact.
But I want to show you this goth set I did. It was one of my favies. But I'll really like, Here, look. That was the
nipple
piercing
clamps,
and the clamp.
People like nipple clamps?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boys, we're getting a lot of boob jiggle here.
But these were the...
Is that tattoo real?
No, I just put them all over my body and voyeuristically become a goth girl.
So it's not a real tattoo?
No.
Okay. No,
I had one on my pussy, too.
You did. That is a pussy tattoo. There's a pussy tattoo. There's 2 leg tattoos. There's nipple clamps. This is very gothic. I feel like I'm looking at Salem, Massachusetts on Halloween night right now.
Yeah, I do sets. I buy the fucking Ouija boards and the cards, and I fucking...
There's a huge gothic dildo here. Yeah, this is interesting, Aubrey O'Day.
It's different.
It's very different. I can't say I'm the biggest goth guy in the world, but you look great.
But I do a different thing all the time.
What's your favorite one you've done? You should do like a wet, hot American summer one.
I'm trying to think if I have.
You do very classic all-American girl looks,
I think I did like, you want to see some fucking wild shit? Hold on, this is my favies. I became a cow in a barn.
Okay. A lot of milk. I see a lot of milk.
And I milked my titties for daddy.
Did you actually?
Mm-hmm.
This is fun, O'Day.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to milk him, Daddy?
You gotta get better Wi-Fi here.
I know, right? Well, this is because I'm pulling this off my OnlyFans, but...
Yeah, hey.
Oh, my titties.
Aubrey, you look great. You sound great. This is premium content, man. Going slow-mo? What a professional.
Oh, yeah, I break down these videos real good.
This is the first time I've had a guest where they show me their nudes and I have to sit here and make it not awkward, but you look amazing.
But it's art for me.
It's very much art. It's art for me, too.
Yeah.
And
by the way, everything look at how I'm dressed today. I mean, and I'm not saying your other guests are great, too. I'm just saying, like, I like from head to toe to just be...
To just be a stud.
Yeah, to just fucking stunt on it.
Yeah, just stunt away.
When I think about what I'm going to do this month, I think about, I do the lingerie. I do the easy girlfriend stuff. I'm doing more of it now. But, like, I want a guy who's sick of looking at it to be like, I want to take them to space. I don't think guys dream big enough because I think girls are finding the easiest ways possible to make money on that site. And you could dream so much bigger and it gets so much nastier, and I have all the goods. So if you want to see all the goods, I mean, I'm stacked with my tits and my ass. So, like, if you want to see that, but, like, I've seen all kinds of things,
Of course.
Am I all the way, I'm not into porn, I'm not
course.
doing that stuff. Not yet, at least. I don't know what I'll feel free doing at
Seems
any
like that
point.
happens to a lot of girls. They're just next thing you know, they're doing it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you make so much money in this world, and you don't have a boss telling you what to do. I have a friend that's a general counsel at one of the biggest music corporations there is, and she makes over 6 figures a month doing foot fetish shit on OnlyFans. And I'm like, why do you go to work every day?
Yeah.
And she's like, because I went to law school and I'm a lawyer, but if my boss ever wants to talk to me sideways one day, or if any of my coworkers want to come at me with a little bit of an attitude that I don't appreciate, I tell them, hey, I'm taking a mental health day off. Nice hanging out with you. Bye.
That is nice.
Yeah. Just what do we all want in this life? We want autonomy. We want to be able to, like, just fucking do what we want to do. You have a great life of that right now.
It's all right.
I know there are all kinds of politics and things that occur, but you have a pretty good job. I'm in LA right now with writers and actors that are all on strike that aren't getting paid.
Yeah.
And my friends that are background actors in movies are having their face scanned. They get a measly $200 a day, and they are now telling them, we can use your face in any movie moving forward through AI technology.
That's
and
fucking
AI
scary.
is taking over everything. Robots deliver my fucking meals to me on Uber. A robot comes to my house, pops up out of his... Do you guys have the robots here
We
yet?
don't have the
think so.
robots.
It's scary as shit.
That sounds very
Like
LA.
a drone?
It's just a little robot that rolls up to your house. He's this big. And then you get there, he says, hello, Aubrey. And he opens his head and the food pops up. Your drink pops up. You grab it from him. And the great part is you don't have to tip the robots. They let you know on Uber, do not tip the robots. So you think like, this is awesome. But really what we're doing is putting humans out of work that need
True.
the money.
Amazing.
In
Not
LA, the
amazing
big
for that.
joke on Labor Day was like, every fucking day is Labor Day over here. We'd like to have a job.
Yeah. Wow.
Can somebody hire us? Can y'all pay us properly for our work? You know, in entertainment right now, it's the biggest thing going on in LA.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. I don't know much about it, but I know me and my friends were talking about it here at work last week, and they were saying, I think like what the writers are asking for is like such a small number of the pot, even that.
So small, and
they still
basically
just
to
can't
make
do
it so that AI can't take over their positions. And even Bethany Frankel in the last month has started to come forward about reality stars and their rights. That's a huge... I mean, do you know how many abuses that I've faced at the biggest corporations running this country? I could say things right now that would tie me up legally for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it seems like reality TV is its own other animal.
It's the scummiest place on earth, and they treat you like animals.
Yeah, I know. I know Love Is Blind. They were saying that. That's like
I don't even know about... I was
ridiculous.
looking at Netflix shows like, wow, thank God that we have a high class of reality like happening, but I guess maybe not. I don't know.
They were complaining. One of them was complaining big time, which is very fair. Like it was crazy what they were saying.
The things I've seen from women that are younger than me and people that have probably watched me before they ever got in the game, the type of things they say to you on these sets and the way they disrespect you, it's like unbelievable. The things that were happening to me at 17 years old on Making the Band that everybody turned a blind eye to. Insane.
But hey,
Yeah.
I will
More
say,
sex.
I will say, Aubrey O'Day,
Yes, Dad.
I think you may be the most passionate about OnlyFans we've had.
Really?
Very passionate about
I
OnlyFans.
love it.
I could tell.
I love it. I wish they would work with me more on... I mean, I have like 3 different TV show ideas I want to do for OFTV, but I don't know the powers that be.
I know.
But I have 3 shows with bomb-ass chicks that I want to do. I want to do like Wild on E, the show they used to have on E, where you get a group of the hottest OnlyFans girls and we put a GoPro in the car, drive from California to New York, go through all the cities in the country, go to all the hottest sex parties, all the hottest food places. People love watching hot chicks eat good food.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do as well.
Yeah, I've been pitching it for I don't know how long, but I can't get to the powers that be. I know they're what's his name? Something, and Alex, Roy, and Leo. Nobody talks to. So Alex and Roy,
I've told
y'all
Alex
hit
many
me up?
times I want an OnlyFans TV food show.
Yeah, like I look at their music OFTV and I'm like, I don't know one of these people, but I do know that I have 2 platinum albums and no one's ever asked me to do any bit.
Yeah, I will say they just get very intimidating when we started talking music. I was like, I can't talk music with Aubrey O'Day right now. She knows way too much about it. So whenever I hang out with a chef,
How do we get in with these people?
Maybe we should try to do like a Barstool OFTV crossover.
Please.
It's a good idea.
Glenn and O'Day Take America.
Bro, because
I would love
as
to do
much
a
as you
cooking
know about
show-esque
food,
thing.
as much as passionate as you are, if you got your hot girl, like you know
That's
hot
exactly
girls.
what I say all the time.
We just take a road trip. Do you know
exactly
how
what I
many
say
people
all the
want to
time.
know what the dopest spots are in these little towns? I used to, on tour, we'd finish our show at 10, 11 p.m. There'd only be one place open in Iowa or wherever the fuck we were. And I'm like, there's so many interesting ass conversations, wild ass nights. There are sex parties in every city. I go to all the sex parties in LA. They're whack. I could throw better ones.
Just start throwing them.
Maybe.
Take me through a night at an Aubrey O'Day sex party. What would it be like?
I mean, the sex party I just went to, I was just like, all I saw was generational trauma on a bed.
Can I get some details on what happens here? So you arrive, where it's a nice house in the hills, I'm assuming?
Yeah. So nice house in the hills. A lot of the celebrities have masks on. Then it's a lot of agents and money men.
Ooh, that must
Ugly.
be awkward. Get out a sex party with your agent, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I saw a few of my old agents like, yeah, I knew you were a little down low freak. And then like they do a performance. All the performers are OnlyFans people.
Mm-hmm.
Their company heads are usually there. All of the big ones are there. All their big girls are there. They all have sex with each other. Chicks with dicks is very big in LA. Everybody from
lot of stuff going
rappers
on in
to
LA.
sports guys to everybody. Everybody wants a woman, a female face, female titties, and a dick fucking them. I've honestly gotten off to that porn.
To each their own.
I've gotten off to watching it. I thought I was watching the most beautiful woman get fucked, and I was like using my vibrator, and I was like, this is so hot. She was getting pounded up against a kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect tits, most beautiful face I've ever seen. And then she turned around and had the most massive dick and just threw the guy down and just started fucking him. And I was like, damn. I don't have a dick, but that was
Battle of attrition there going on there, huh?
I stopped for a second. I was like, should I be getting turned on by this? It's like when you watch your first rape porn and you're like, should I do this?
Never
and
done
then
it.
and then you feel disgusting after.
Yeah.
You never done it?
No. I'm pretty vanilla when it comes to porn.
Really?
Yeah.
There's so much good.
Like
Do you get into hentai porn?
No.
See, that's why maybe that alien one. That's why I got that idea.
Yeah, I watch like blowjob porn.
I want to
Threesome
be
every now and then.
hentai porn is so fucking bomb. They make these noises, the squeezes and the skin bouncing
it's like
and
ASMR
the
in porn, huh?
yes, and the bodies are unrealistic because it's hentai, so they can be whatever they want to be, and the sex is like I can come from hentai porn over anything else.
Hentai porn, top of the line for Aubrey O'Day.
It's pretty good.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, hey, I do want to ask you a few dating questions.
Yeah.
If that's all right with you.
let's go.
I read that you are sapiosexual. You said that before. What is the definition of a sapiosexual? It's in your. I think actually it's in your Twitter bio.
Yeah, just being attracted to intellect.
So it could be a woman or a man. You're just into the smartest people.
Yeah, I don't have a preference either way. I just need to be able to vibe on certain levels with
So
you.
picture this: you're at a bar. Leonardo DiCaprio walks in. Stephen Hawking strolls in. Who are you going for?
Steven, Leo's fucked everybody. He's like a playboy. I'm not interested in
Okay,
that.
Stephen Hawking versus Brad Pitt.
I don't know how interesting Brad Pitt is. Angelina didn't want him, and she's interesting. So
So is it a book smart thing, or it's more just if you find a person interesting?
curiosity,
Interesting.
and then desire to grow beyond who you were yesterday. A lot of my boyfriends in the past will like sit down, the ones that were healthy, most of them were except for Polly, will sit down and say like, hey, what did I not see the whole time that you saw? And I'll do the same for them. Mine are usually a little bit more brutal, but most of them have said to me, you always say you don't want to become your mom, and I think you might become your mom. And I said, why? And they said, because every day I felt like you needed me to be better than the day before. We needed to be smarter. We needed to have learned something interesting. We needed to have advanced in some way. And some days I just wanted you to like me lazy, uninterested in shit, and hadn't developed any further. And for some reason, that's a bit of a turnoff for me.
If you're not evolving as you're dating,
Gotta be evolved. Just not even dating in life, babe. What are we here for?
to fucking evolve and hang out.
Yeah,
Have a
but
nice time.
but it's like I was talking to a guy on a plane. My Uber driver to my hotel. We got close instantly, and he took, because he was like a man's man. He went and got my suitcase from the curb. Like men don't do that in LA. You're carrying your 80-pound suitcase to the car and putting it in, and tripping over yourself. And I was like, I'm so happy I'm in Jersey. Men out here just are men. They know how to hammer a fucking TV to a wall and make shit. And he was like, yeah, he was talking about trying to get into OnlyFans and get into the sex game. And he said to me that his mom had just committed suicide. She blamed it all on him. In the letters, his family disowned him after that, and he's been living in his car for the past 6 months. Yep. And then he pulled out of the glove box the 6-page suicide letter, and we read it in the car together. And I just had so much like love for what his journey is going to be. But I said to him, he was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I bought the web domain, this really good idea for a sex site. And he was like, I just got to get big on OnlyFans. I'm like, do you have a big dick? Just fucking fake one and be the Uber driver with the big dick. You'll hit all Daily Mail and all that shit. And then be the Uber driver with the big dick. You'll double your tips. You'll create you know how everybody's trying to create a little in for a gimmick.
Yeah, a little persona.
I hate the gimmick shit, but anyway, they all are doing these gimmicks now. If you're not really somebody, you got to create a gimmick.
Of course.
So I told him, just make that gimmick and send it to Daily Mail and have a ridiculous big dick. A lot of girlfriends that I know, famous girls, like housewives and shit in LA, they fuck their Uber drivers at the end of the night. They don't trust men. They don't want anyone knowing their business. Uber drivers just don't even know who the fuck they are. If he's hot, plenty of my friends have just been at the end of the night wanting to get laid and they just call their Uber driver and get fucked and they leave. I've never done it, but this Uber driver was the first one I'd consider fucking, frankly.
Ooh.
But I got his number. He's not, but I feel him on a soul level.
I think you should text him.
No. I feel him on a soul level. But I was telling him, all you got to do, I was like, you have a light. It shines so beautifully. And he's like, I know, and I have enough of it to give to people, and I love giving it to people. He's like, I usually date sex workers because they have damage in their childhoods a lot of times. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we all do. And he was like, I know, but with sex workers, we explore the darker sides of it. And I was like, yeah, totally. I get that. And he was like, and I want to give them light. And I said to him, like, as long as you're going to be fine. You have such good light, such good energy. All you have to do is just keep advancing. The next time you have a problem, the mom's a big one. I was like, the mom isn't going to be the biggest one you have. Life just keeps serving up shitty hands. It's kind of just the way life is. Sometimes you get good ones, but most of the time your dog's sick. Then this happens. Then this happens. Then this happens. Then half your fucking office goes. Then this, then that. You got to be able to figure out how to handle the shit in life gracefully.
I agree with you.
And each time you get better and better. And when you're doing that, you're advancing. By the time you die, you're fucking chill.
Damn, O'Day, this is the most inspirational podcast we've ever done.
Yeah, well, that's what they all say, apparently.
Well, that's a good thing.
They edit me bad.
That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
No, I love that you say it. I'm just like, we'll see what the edit looks like.
Just stop, dude. You're giving me
Nah,
pressure.
don't worry.
O'Day.
We're not cutting anything. We're good.
Give me pressure, O'Day. Jesus. Big question I have for you.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited to ask about. So you're in Playboy.
Yes.
Does that mean you ever got to go to a mansion party back in the day?
Yes.
Can you fill me in on how that works?
So first time I walked in, or no, I was sitting in like the ballroom area or whatever. Hef came in. He wasn't at my Playboy shoot. Kanye West was.
Ooh. Any tidbits on that?
He had a heavy hand in making sure it was looking right.
Yeah.
Then Hugh came in and he sat down and he was like, your pictures are great. I wanted to see your pussy. Now, here's the deal with this. I can say this now because it's just Playboy is long gone.
And also rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Playboy has never given any celebrity more than like, I can't remember what it was. Let's just say, I'll make up a number, 46% control over there, no matter what the big celebrity is. Okay. Kim had done it prior. I was best friends with Kim. She only had 46 or whatever the number is. I got the most percentage of control over the photos that are chosen to go in the magazine that anyone had ever given, and it wasn't enough for me. My mom's a lawyer, though, and we knew who was shooting it. And so we went to the photographer and we said, I want to do a deal with you that you will only give Hef 100% of the photos that I choose. So the 46% that he's giving me will be something I like.
Ooh.
And so that's why I did Playboy, because I had complete control over it. They don't know that, and nobody knows that, but no one's coming after me at this point.
Well, now we know it.
Now you know. So that deal was done. And so anyways, we're in the ballroom. Hef came in. He said, first thing he said to me is, I wanted to see your pussy. Next time we need to see your pussy. And then but when he came in, there's only 3 men that have ever walked in a room that stole all the oxygen of it. And that is Diddy, Hugh Hefner.
Oh, who's the third one going to be?
Donald Trump.
That's a fair 3.
I've never seen any man hold so much power in a room saying nothing.
The Hef.
I didn't expect I didn't care. I wasn't a huge I didn't grow up dreaming of being a Playboy girl. It was offered to me, and it was a lot of money, and it was the first check I had ever made because Diddy didn't pay us. So like I just was like in awe of how much. And he was like, "You think you're big in Danity Kane with Diddy and that is small time MTV bad boy stuff? You're about to be really big now." And I was like, "Damn." We got in the limo. He had the twins. He was fingering both of them in the limo.
Good for him, I guess. I don't know.
And I was watching it like, damn, these bitches are just letting him finger him in this limo like that. Okay. And then we got to the party. He was great. We had a big party. Paris, me, and Russell Simmons smoked weed in the fucking bathroom. Drake was there. I was sitting on his lap. He wasn't Drake yet.
A young Drake, yeah.
He was Aubrey Graham still. But he came with my girl Chanel. They're all signed to Young Money. I was sitting on his lap. He was kind of hollering at me. And I was like, this guy behind me is hollering at me. Chanel's telling me he's going to be big, but Omarion's over there, and I love Omarion.
Tough call here.
Imagine passing on Drake for Omarion.
That's a tough call here.
And by the way, this is before, like, you can't even find this photo on the internet, but the photo does, this is my assistant, the photo does exist, yes? Okay, and I'm literally on Drake's lap, and I'm, like, holding hands, looking up at Omarion, like, in love, and I'm like, bitch. That was the biggest fumble you ever had. Don't ever. And we're both named Aubrey, by the way, which is like, I just went to the concert and I was watching him thinking to myself, like, I could have fucked him.
He's horrible. The best. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
That's a tough one out here.
But such an epic story, right?
No disrespect to Omarion. He was great.
Who leaves Drake for Omarion? Oh my God. And I didn't even get with Omarion. I just was like flirting and I was like, this guy I'm sitting on is whatever. There's Omarion.
That's a rough one, man. Whoa. Drake. Yeah. It's Drake.
But that's literally
you could have been Mrs. Drake.
That's how far I go back.
Aubrey Graham could have married Aubrey Graham.
I'm on the first episode I was on the pilot of the Kardashians.
Really?
I was there during the sex tapes.
I don't know why you're telling me this, because you were on my PowerPoint in 6th grade. I
know,
that.
right? I can't even believe that.
You were on your Playboy
I want to see the fucking PowerPoint.
It was on my old desktop. I no longer have it, but I'm telling you were on it.
I love it.
What else do we got? We got the Playboy Mansion. That's fun. That's a fun story, though, just to be able to say you went there.
Yeah, and Paris was there.
And the way you were just saying, like, just naming names, like, that's just a cool thing.
Yeah,
I'm such, like, a Hollywood slut sometimes.
Oh,
like, old Hollywood kind of things, even, like, newer stuff
too.
like that sounds kind of cool.
Me too, and I had been best friends with Kim, but Kim and Paris weren't friends, and I remember being in the bathroom, and Paris was like, this was the first time I had met her, and I love Paris. She's the shit. She's actually real deal, and I can say very good things about her. Paris and I were in the bathroom, and she goes, you did an interview where you said I used my dog as a prop on red carpets, and that was, like, one of the first things she said to me in this bathroom with Russell, and he was trying to smooth it over. And I was sitting to myself thinking, God damn, how did Paris Hilton see that I said that about her? And I was like, yeah, I did. I really did think that. But she was talking in her regular voice, which she's now exposed and shown people. But her voice is like way lower. But at that time, she was doing the high voice. But I was like, this chick is so dope. Like, her real self was so dope, so authentic, so cool.
And this is an interesting question. So we're talking about celebrities and whatnot. I always have to ask people that I meet that are celebrities. I always find it fun. What was the first person that you remember that you were, like, shocked and thrilled that they knew who you were? Do you have anyone off the top of your head that is that person?
2 people. While we were in rehearsals for tour, making the band, we were so isolated. Diddy made sure to make sure that we didn't ever really know how big. I didn't know Damaged was big.
Yeah,
I didn't
great
know.
song.
When I meet people, they're like, Damaged played all summer. It changed my life. I'm like, really? I didn't even think it was that big. We never were really allowed to know what. We were in a bubble. We were very closed off. He didn't let us talk to our agents. Many deals that I got offered, including Playboy, were passed on many times. When Diddy fired me in front of the world is when Hef came. When Diddy called me a week later and said, hey, I was just kidding. We're just running MTV through it so I could get more money. You're coming back, right? And I was like, you fired me. I have a deal now for over $500,000 with Playboy. I'm not going to not take that. He's like, I'll shoot your Playboy. I'll get that back for you, and I'll be the one that shot it. I'll make you bigger than ever, but come back. And I was like, no. So many things were wrong. But, wait, you just said something I was going to tell you.
I was going to say, who's, like, the first person that knew
first
who you
two.
were? That, like,
first
that were like,
person
oh my
that
God,
came to
this
our
is insane.
rehearsal, they wanted to watch us rehearse Janet Jackson.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I it was a very small room, and I flicked my head so hard, like toward the end of a 15-minute set, and like my sweat kind of flew on her, and I know she doesn't like germs and stuff. And I remember that so vividly. She told us that she cried, and she said some very personal things to us about fearing what we were about to experience as women in this industry. And I just actually went to go see her on tour, and I got to say it to her, like, hey, you met me this many years ago. We have the same choreographer still. And I was like, you have no idea what your words mean to me now after having lived it. And then Nicole Richie.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
She was a huge Danity Kane fan. Somehow she got into one of our rehearsals. She decided she wanted to be best friends with me. I went over to her house with one of the girls from the band that was like from Oakland, and she wasn't on any celebrity bullshit. And she wasn't following the rules. She was saying all kinds of shit that you don't say to them.
I'm with Nicole Richie right now.
No, she was like being like, girl, why are you acting so stupid? And I was like,
peak Nicole Richie.
Yeah, peak. And I remember like that night, she was dating Brody Jenner, and he promised that he wouldn't go do some stupid MTV show, The Hills, but he lied to her, and she found out, and then there was all kinds of madness happening, but I was watching it all go down with my real friend from Oakland, and I'm from the Bay, and my friend was like, why do you hang out with these, like, silly ass white girls that are all fake doing all this shit? Like, this isn't you. And I was sitting there lost in between these worlds, because I'm like, this is kind of where I want to go, but this is who I am. And I've straddled that line my whole career.
Yeah, still Nicole Richie. That's a big one.
Yeah. Hung out with her all the time. I was at their house, her house.
It's always an interesting thing. Like the other show I do called Sunday Conversation, we get pretty big guests on there. We had MGK on it recently, and like a year ago, and he was whatever. And he was like telling us that like him and Megan watch a show every Sunday in bed, and I was like, oh, Megan Fox is just looking at me every Sunday. Holy shit! And I was like, oh my god, what a moment. But that's always an interesting thing. Let's see, what else do we have here? Should I ask you the golden question?
What's the golden question?
Nothing. You keep mentioning Diddy. I wanted to ask you about I just saw the whole thing with Bad Boy. He gave the rights back to a lot of Bad Boy artists. Any comment?
Yeah, I'll talk about this.
Floor's yours.
So this one has been bittersweet for me, because as I've gotten older, I've let go of a lot of the trauma, and I've learned to really appreciate some of the more personal, beautiful moments I've had with him. And he is the first person that gave me a platform to show my talent to the world. And that was at 17. I'm 39 now. So I have a hard time talking about him. Before it was no good. Now I feel loving moments for moments that we had together. But this banner that he's painted himself with all weekend long, this has been the Labor Day talk in my world, that he's paying back all of the Bad Boy artists. I just want to throw you the facts, okay?
Sure.
The deal that we were offered, and when I say we, not every artist got it. Like Day 26 did not get it. But this is what it is. You can have your rights back to your music after Puff went under and somebody else bought our catalog. So this is long after we have 2 double platinum albums, $14, $15 an album from 2 million albums is, what is the math on that, 48 million?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm no mathematician, but maybe.
So $48 million somebody made on me.
Yeah.
I did not make anything. When I said I did Christina Aguilera for free, I didn't do Christina Aguilera for free, but the record label recouped it all. We were in debt at the end of that tour.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So I worked for free for the first 6-7 years of my career, basically. And also MTV was not paying us. And this is another part that I have that I feel some kind of way about, because MTV since then, in these recent years, has brought back every big cult show, meaning it had millions of followers and it was at least 6 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Making the Band is one of those. They brought back Real World. They brought back Jersey Shore. They brought back Laguna Beach. Making the Band is the only one that they did not bring back. And Making the Band is the only cult MTV show that made that network, one of them, that they have never played in one rerun. Not one rerun. So I'd like to know why. And if it has something to do with Diddy, then again, what I'm wondering is when this benevolent man who's just now had a change of heart and has decided to pay us as talent and also as writers, we're credited with publishing. So basically, we only get the amounts due since Sony bought our catalog.
Okay.
So streaming for the past couple years, it's about $800, $900, some in the hundreds, okay? And in order to get that, I have to release him for any claims or wrongdoings or actions prior to the date of the release. I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs' music or EMI or Sony ever in public.
So that you just got recently for this thing.
I got it a few months ago when he started doing
what's
this.
in the news now.
So what's happening is artists, some of them, not all of them, are being given streaming royalties and ownership back over our publishing on songs that we wrote at a time when you know that you have to stream a song 1 million times to make a cent.
Yeah.
Okay? It's hundreds of dollars. And me as somebody that's a girl's girl, I hit everyone in my group and said, absolutely do not take this deal. I can get us a show on Hulu right now and talking about boy bands and girl bands, because you have to realize there's a handful, 2 handfuls at most of boy and girl bands that had platinum albums, 2 platinum albums. Yeah. And that will never happen again. Music nowadays is run by TikTok and you can maybe get a song to chart well. Albums aren't being made anymore. There aren't conceptual albums like Christina was doing, like Justin was doing. Those don't sell. It's a singles market game and it's a gimmick game at best.
If you were to sign that NDA, would then that prohibit you from taking a deal where it's like you get a show about the
I would never
past?
be able to do. I would like to do a documentary for Hulu or Netflix or Amazon, a streaming site on boy band and girl bands. I have a bunch of members from a lot of very boy bands that fit the criteria of a certain amount of status.
Yeah.
Platinum albums, awards, etc., Grammys. Same with girls. The stories that we have to tell during a time in music where there were gatekeepers, there were people that owned labels like Puff running things, and the way that the divisions and the divisiveness occurred and the things that we experienced between each other and us against the system are fucking insane. And most people that have had to go through those types of things, like the real ways the Kardashians got to where they got, Ray J tried exposing a lot of that, they're still acting like that Ray J didn't expose them and that their Hulu show is all real. They don't have to really even notice Ray J because he doesn't come close to them. But what Ray J said was the truth and he proved it with facts. So at the end of the day, we're all just willing to turn a blind eye. Diddy is just literally known as the guy that doesn't pay his artists. And it's funny, and then you move on and you like something that he did on TikTok because he's funny. But for people that worked for 6 years of their life and entered an industry where somebody made, $48 million?
Nearly $50 million?
And we didn't even see a penny of that. And we were in thongs and 5-inch heels for years of our lives on stage. And not any of it did we see. And the measly amount of change that MTV paid us, we don't even get to feel any benefit of that because they never brought the show back. And they don't play it in reruns. So we can't even get the hype of, oh, hey, I remember this. They're cult classics. Let me hire her for something. Yeah. Like all of them got, right? Mm-hmm. Jersey Shore kids are making millions of dollars. We were talented kids plucked out of oblivion, and we all had a fucking dream to be at Madison Square Garden and perform, which we got to. And we were not expected to get there. And we're all incredibly talented, every single one of us. So to me, when I read this, I'm basically feeling like you're presenting yourself as the benevolent God that's giving everybody back their music. You've turned down millions of dollars to give the millions back to the people. This is the honest to God. You can read from our attorney.
Yeah.
This is the honest to God agreement of what I'm being offered. A few $100 to sign away my rights to ever tell the story of what I went through again. And there's not going to be an era of girl and guy groups like that ever again with the way that music has transitioned. And I don't know if it will go back ever again to anything that's credible.
Yeah, I don't really see it.
And there's a story there, and Hulu tells those stories, and Netflix tells those stories, and there's so many paychecks. I offered girls, I called all of them. I offered some of the girls, hey, if you need $800-900, I'll give it to you. Don't sign this. This is just a way to get you to never be able to publicly speak about what we have experienced. And to my knowledge, allegedly, there's only 2 of us from Danity Kane that did not sign this deal.
And were there 5 originally?
Yeah.
Darn.
And it seems like a lot of other people are too, but you don't see them talking about how great, and maybe the deals are not the same that were being offered. I don't know, but in this email it does say the money that you're getting is not coming through Puffy or Combs Music. This is a deal with Sony Music.
Okay.
Sony would be the ones that were paying us, EMI and Sony.
And then you'd be getting the money back from Danity Kane Music.
I would get any money that the songs I wrote on that were streamed make, which is a couple $100. This is not the money that we made when we released the albums. This is not the $48 million that 2 platinum albums got somebody. This is just some measly streaming money in order to stay hushed on Puff. Why he wants all of a sudden right now at this time, day, and moment to offer deals to people that some of his artists have been rumored to be driving Uber to be able to feed their families. So a deal like this looks pretty good because you need the money or because you're scared to ever go against Puff. I'm somewhere in the middle of I don't give a fuck. I don't need the money. I'm clearly making it, as we've discussed. And I just wish that Puff would do what he's saying he's doing. I wish he would pay us what we deserved for all the work that we did. And I wish he would make right his wrongs. And I wish these headlines could be real. Not only for me and not because I need that money, but because I want there to be closure with a man that gave me my first opportunity in this game. And because you gave that to me did not mean that you could take all the money that I made you.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah. And so when everyone's discussing this, I'm the only one now that's come forward, and I'm telling you, I'm showing you exactly what the deal looks like. And it's a few $100, and I'd own it from here on out, and I would not be paying anywhere close to by Diddy or anyone. It would be through Sony, who now owns the catalog.
Yes. Okay.
And I would have to sign off a disclosure.
And not being able to talk about it.
Talk about it or ever come after them for wrongdoings, auditing, or anything else regarding the things that happened in the past.
It's crazy stuff. I think you made a good choice not signing it.
And so when everybody's so excited and sending me these messages, I wish they would ask themselves, now that they know the nature of at least the deal that we were given. And I asked the person that brought this deal forward, and they said, the girls in the group, some girls didn't write as much as you, a few girls did. I'm right in the middle. And it's a couple $100. So at the end of the day, I urge everyone to think about the headline versus the truth. And really what this seems to be is a way to shut a lot of people up. And what would be the motivation to do that?
It's fair, Aubrey.
I think we're going to learn soon enough what it is. I already know because I know I have my ear to the street and I know everything that's about to happen. But
I could tell. Aubrey O'Day is a passionate lady. Aubrey O'Day is very passionate.
But I do want to say, like, I worked my ass off. You saw it. You remember us. We weren't treated right. And not only weren't we treated right, we weren't ever brought back to at least get a look.
Yes, I totally get what you mean by that. When you're saying about all the reality shows coming back. And not
Yeah,
making
they
it
all
back.
got it.
Yep, I totally get you.
You know, you can, on streaming nowadays, you can watch Tila Tequila, Back Shot of Love. Remember that show?
Watch Tequila Tequila on streaming now.
You could stream all of it on Paramount platform. You can't find Making the Band anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tequila Tequila is a Nazi now, so that's pretty wild.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they say she made some comments. Yeah.
But interesting. Oh, hey, sorry that happened. This is an OnlyFans podcast, and my apologies for.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at serious talks.
But it's good good that you get. I'm glad to discuss this with you because it is important that somebody report the truth because nobody's coming out and saying what it is.
Like I said, stage was yours.
Yeah.
But on that note,
let's get back to sex.
I'm horrible at serious conversations, Aubrey O'Day. So basically, we're kind of
basically what I'm trying to tell you is get my OnlyFans and buy every single package because I fucking deserve it.
Exactly. And not only does she deserve it, she's making good content as you showed me before. Looks amazing. You look amazing. We love Aubrey O'Day. We got to wind down here pretty much. Like, don't have many more questions. I kind of just had like one more stupid Hollywood question that I wanted to ask you. So you did Jay Leno one time, right?
Love Jay.
How was that?
He
What's it like to do Jay Leno?
He said I was his guest, the first guest that reminded him so much of his wife.
Oh my God, what a compliment.
I know. Were you there when I did Jay? Yeah. Yeah, he said that.
Did you have to do the whole pre-interview and shit?
He came in the room and we shot the shit and he's like, you're smart. You remind me of my wife.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at your IMDb yesterday and saw Jay Leno. I was like, how often do we have a girl in here that's done Jay Leno?
Yeah, I've done every one of those shows. Literally, Chelsea Lately, Jay Leno, all the night shows. I mean, Kimmel was around a lot when I was with Dawn.
Okay.
I was, the fingering dinner was with somebody who was asking Dawn to invest in one of the biggest streaming platforms there is in the world now, but it wasn't anything at that time.
It was just a fingering dinner at that time.
It was just a please give us your money dinner, but now it's the biggest thing in the world.
Netflix.
I don't know.
Ted Sarandos, he's the CEO of Netflix.
I don't know.
You're calling out the CEO of Netflix right now?
I don't know.
But yeah, I like Netflix.
Netflix is incredible, and
watched
I would
Swamp Kings the other
love
day.
to work on a documentary with them.
Yeah, anything else? Got anything for me? Actually, one question I do have to ask you. I did have written down. I don't know if we have time for it or not.
Yeah.
We got like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
I saw you were at UC Irvine. You were in a Alpha Chi Omega.
Yeah.
But you said did you join it while you were famous?
So I was in Alpha Chi Omega, very beginning of Alpha Chi Omega, and then throughout college, it was weird. I went and auditioned. My mom sent me an audition that she got in the Desert Sun. Diddy was on the cover, and he was auditioning for a girl that could sing like Christina and dance like Britney, and he was gonna, for the first time, build an international supergirl group on television. Mm-hmm. And my mom sent it to me, and she said, I think you should audition for this. She also sent me everything from American Idol to whatever else, and I never did it. I was going to law school. I was going to Columbia Law School. That's what I was doing. And then I had a dream that night that I was singing at Madison Square Garden and touching fans' hands, and they were singing lyrics, crying to me. And I woke up the next day, I called my boyfriend, and I was like, hey, can you take me to this audition? And he couldn't. And then he called me 2 hours later as I'm walking to my poli-sci class, and he's like, I can take you. Like, they let me out early. So I went and auditioned, and I left, and I went and did Making the Band. The first season, he didn't pick a band. Nobody knows this. You're getting some insider tea. But one of the people involved in the room that they decided this in, Diddy pulled the judges in a room and basically said, MTV's fucking me. They're not paying me the money I want until I hit a certain season. So let's just not pick a group right now, and let's make them go into a new season to find a whole ass new batch of girls. And then by season 3, once we get to the band, I'll be making what I want to make. So the first season wasn't about not having the girls. It was just simply about he wanted his paycheck bigger.
That's insane.
And all those girls in first season had no idea that they just weren't good enough. They thought they've probably lived their lives thinking they just weren't good enough. I was brought on to the new season along with Andrea and Malika, and then Andrea and I end up making the band. And then once we get to third season, he's getting his paychecks the way he wants.
Damn.
And MTV's footing the bill for everything, so I don't know what Bad Boy ever had to recoup.
Crazy.
but they recouped a whole lot.
So you left the sorority, basically. This is what I was getting.
So
at.
I left, and then I went back when we weren't filming anymore because he didn't pick a band. I had to wait for second season. So I went back to my sorority. So now I was fucking that bitch.
You were that bitch in the sorority.
Yeah, so I used my power. Oh, I walked around to I was in a sorority of the girls. They weren't the prettiest, but they were the girls that could drink the guys under the table.
They were the party girls.
They were the girls. They were the guys' girls.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I loved them way more. And I also, just because I'm a fucking mathematical bitch, my odds of being the chick that every dude wants to fuck was way higher going in Alpha Chi than a Tri-Del or a Delta Gamma, because every bitch was pretty there. I was the standout over here.
Aubrey O'Day, you're the standout anywhere you go.
Well, there were some pretty girls, but yeah. So then at Alpha Chi, I came back and I was just shitting on I was running that school for a while, and then I went back. I didn't get to graduate with my class. I obviously had enough credits to graduate, but I missed my college graduation because I had made the band and become famous.
Wow, I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
Same. I dropped out of my college.
You did?
I'm a college dropout.
Why did you drop out?
For this job.
Oh, boom.
Yeah. I was going to Baruch a few blocks away. I didn't really like it too much. I didn't even a major. I'm dumb. I'm not book smart.
I don't think you're dumb.
I'm not book smart.
You're smart about a lot of things that
Street
require a lot of understanding. You have to research things. It's the same thing.
Hey, can you give us the AKO secret handshake?
What was it? It's like,
What is
okay, it's
Are they going to
like,
kick you out if you do this?
no, it was like 2 fingers and it's like a tap,
That makes
tap,
sense.
like 2 taps like that or something.
yeah.
We say love in the bond.
Okay, next time I'm out of college and I want to go to the AKO house, I'm going to be like, oh, Aubrey O'Day told me to do that.
Yeah. No,
Get me in.
AKOs are the shit. They're the girls that can drink the guys under the table. Fuck a hot girl. Those hot girls, their tits will be sagging in 10 years. Get yourself a girl that you like to hang out with.
Fuck yes. You know, recently a girl was asking me, what's your most, what do you like most about a girl? Personality, ass, tits, face. Personality 1,
Yeah.
tits 2. Face 3, ass 4. That was my
Ass was
response.
4.
Yeah, it was.
For me, face is so big because you got to wake up to it in the morning.
That's
so
true.
you got to know. I can't imagine being a guy and wake. Some girls I've seen in the morning like doing walk of shames, and I'm like, fuck, bitch, I did not know that was your real face.
Moral of the story, though, if you can't have a conversation, can't hang out.
Right?
That's why I'm an Alpha Chi Omega guy.
And by the way, that's why you're so good with the girl, like the interviews I've seen you do. You really do choose girls that are just fucking cool girls.
Yeah, that's the gist. I just want to hang out with some cool chicks.
Can
shoot
you
the
please
shit.
call these people and get a show where you and your dopest girls, you be the guy that takes us to the food places, you be the new
You
Guy
have more pull
Fieri,
than me, O'Day. You do
and
it.
I'll be the bitch that takes us to the sex parties. We'll go to the hottest club. We'll just travel this country for a month with some GoPros and blow OnlyFans up and fuck the networks. Fuck all these people that are censoring us. Let's go be wild and fun and free. You know all the hot girls.
You know the hot girl.
I know the hot girls too, but they're not listening to me.
I'll see if they can listen to me. But yeah, I'll be
Please.
the Guy Fieri.
But it's not
yes,
just
Fieri.
we got to have
You
the Guy
be you.
Fieri. We
That would
got to
be
go
me.
to the good restaurants.
Me.
Guys like
Me.
seeing girls eat food.
Same.
And we got to go to the sex parties. We got to find all the flyest bars, drinks, like Wild on E used to be.
Okay. It's a good idea.
And then we got to go jump. We got to jump out of a plane. We got to do all the adventure seeking shit.
I think we should follow up with this idea.
OnlyFans TV is not killing it like that. Let's fucking make something happen.
Let's follow up.
All
Let's
right.
not let this idea die.
No, I'm down.
On that note, O'Day,
Yes.
we got to wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Did you have a good time?
I had such a great
My apologies
time.
that it got a little bumpy when we talked about serious stuff. I'm not the best serious talker
But
around here.
no, I don't think it was bumpy at all, and I appreciate doing it on this forum because you are so chill. It makes me feel comfortable to just be 100% transparent.
Amazing. Well, hey, I just wanted to make sure that you don't think I'm an asshole because I'm bad at serious conversations, but
You're not bad at serious conversations. You're a good listener. That's
I
what
appreciate
women want.
say it again to the camera.
He's a good listener.
Say
That's
more
what
redeeming
women
qualities about me.
want.
Say more redeeming qualities
He's
about me.
sexy as fuck. He's a good, kind man. He knows bomb food, bitches you know you like to eat. And if you're with a man
Let's
that
go for
doesn't know how to
4
order,
Ooh, yeah. I'm a good order.
he's a good time. He makes you laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clip of a lifetime.
You can
there.
totally be you with this guy. You don't have to be anything else but you.
Wow.
Comfortability is number one.
O'Day, I love you.
Yeah.
Give me some. We don't say it back, but whatever.
I know you
Um,
love all these other girls I saw you on the podcast with, but
Stop. We love everybody.
But am I like really high up there?
You're on my Mount Mushroom immediately.
Okay, boom.
Hey, I never had another girl on my podcast that I fucking made a PowerPoint about when I was in 6th grade. But Aubrey O'Day, thank you so much for coming. Check out her OnlyFans.
Yes.
Obviously. Good stuff on there, as we learned. And Aubrey O'Day, this was great. I had a great time. You're a stud.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you for coming.